You know, many would argue that Trump 2.0, this second term, has seen the president almost totally unleashed, whether on immigration or tariffs or the Iran war. And part of the reason for that is that since his comeback, Trump has had almost total control over the Republican Party, which holds power in both the Senate and House behind me. That is why people see the midterms as so critical, including Trump himself. In the last hour, he has actually urged people to get out and vote, saying those elections are critical, and no wonder he knows he could lose some of that power. So how are voters feeling? We've been working with Public First, a global research firm who have carried out a focus group in Georgia and a national poll exclusively for Channel 4 News. The poll shows people are worried about the economy and the cost of living. Not very many think that Trump has made America affordable again. But when people focus on his unpopularity, which is real, they miss what's going on beneath the surface. Get out of Washington, D.C., and you'll find he's extraordinarily popular with some voters. We certainly saw a lot of that in Georgia.
Freedom, freedom. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator.
Is he the most divisive president in US history? When American voters were asked to score how well Donald Trump is doing out of 10,
Trump's approval now at the lowest level of his second term. Only
33% gave him 0. But for 12%, he is a 10 out of 10.
Approve 100%. 100%.
To delve deeper, we travelled to Savannah in Georgia, a critical swing state, a place where national elections are won and lost. Where pollsters, Public First, set up a focus group for Channel 4 News with a spread of that Trump love.
He's running this country like it's a company, a business, and I love that.
And hate.
The thing negative that I could say about him, I'm just trying to think, there's so many. I was like, which one do I pick?
So with midterms looming large, what will be on the mind of these voters when they enter the polling booth?
How would you describe the state of the country? What are the things that are going well? What are the things that are going badly?
Badly is immigration, for sure.
The economy.
Oh yeah, cost of living.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. You know, housing alone is just ridiculous.
I would say gas prices.
Corruption in government seems to be an ongoing.
And for Andrew, that corruption comes from Donald Trump. But on this issue, the panel is split.
You'll notice that under your chairs you have a piece of paper. How would you rate Trump's performance since taking office?
The spread here is slightly more forgiving of the president than our national poll, but the divide still stark. A 0, 2 4s alongside 3 perfect 10s.
Okay, we've got a range of numbers here.
A judgment on which the room let rip.
Shameful, unqualified, disastrous. Somebody, if we have problems, is throwing gasoline on a fire to address them.
I mean, the guy has guts. People just don't like the way he says things, but somebody had to. You know, they don't like it, but I don't care about that. I care about the results.
And it's not just what Trump says, it's what he posts. Endlessly on Truth Social, stretching from first thing in the morning long into the night.
He tweets more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. This man is 70 plus years old and he's tweeting all the time. I'm like, why are you tweeting? Stop tweeting like a petulant child.
He's intense, and he does a lot of stuff that upsets people, and I get it. But this man's 70, honey. If he wants to tweet, let him.
Actually, he's just turned 80, celebrating by staging a UFC fight on the White House lawn. But could the contrast between opulent scenes like these and the reality of life for average Americans hurt his Republican Party in the midterms?
I work 2 jobs. I'm 39 years old. I think I'm a millennial. I'm probably going to be a forever renter. I feel sometimes there's just no way to get ahead, you know, and I've always been a hard worker, just kind of put your head down and just grind it out, but I've been grinding it out now for 5 years.
I don't know many people that don't have 2 jobs. That's like the norm.
We catch up with Michael the next day as he heads from his IT job after 9 hours starting at 7 a.m. to a major retailer where he'll be collating online orders on his feet until 10:30 p.m. Do you think Donald Trump understands what it's like for someone like you?
I don't think he could possibly understand what it's like to to put in the amount of hours that I put in personally every day, to not see your wife and your daughter, certain days a week because you have to be gone to make a living.
Michael isn't on the breadline, but says these supermarket hours are needed to maintain a middle-class lifestyle for his family. Back in the room, where there is a security guard, a pedicab driver, a factory worker, and a veteran, affordability is the top issue and will dominate the midterms. But has Trump's war made things worse?
No one's mentioned the war in Iran. How much of an issue is that?
Well, the war in Iran is the reason the gas prices is high.
The war in Iran needed to happen, just my opinion. Granted, they're building the bomb. It's not going to affect us here in the States because it doesn't have that big of a reach at this point. But it does affect everyone in Europe.
Sometimes we need to kind of stick to ourselves and not actually help everybody, because sometimes it causes more pressure on us over here.
Mr. President. On the question of Iran and so much else, Trump's talking points were certainly cutting through to his strongest supporters.
Waste, fraud, theft, and abuse. Numbers of fraudulent people on Social Security.
Look at fraud. Billions of dollars being thrown away.
Barack Hussein Obama, who sent Iran pallets of cash.
Obama dumped all that money in Iran. Pallets of money.
I look at London, and it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law.
And Trump is using Great Britain as an example. See what happens when your government is taken over from the inside.
Almost the entire panel raised concerns about immigration.
Immigration is a massive issue.
Immigration.
None of them were that across UK politics.
Okay, what about Trump's relationship with the UK? Have you seen much of that? Has anyone seen?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Does anyone see anyone saw that Keir Starmer resigning?
I didn't see that
I
one.
saw it.
That's news to me, yeah.
That's news to anyone else?
But they were very engaged in what was happening at home, with a critical Senate race in Georgia this November pitting a Trump-endorsed Republican, Mike Collins, against Democrat Jon Ossoff, who some think might run for president. But what about those names more often talked about?
J.D. Vance. Would he make
Would
a good
you
president?
vote for him?
J.D. Vance.
I would vote for J.D.
I might. And just, yeah.
Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Okay. Hands up if you'd vote for him.
I'd give him a maybe, yeah.
Just a maybe.
Here's some more from you.
Some maybes here. All right.
So what do you do when a country is this divided?
Stephanie, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
The next day, we brought Trump-loving Stephanie
Bear with me on the turn.
and Trump-hating Andrew back together again. She tends to not talk politics with her Democratic voting daughter,
right up here,
he
Stephanie.
with his Republican voting dad, trying to avoid arguments like these.
When you look at Biden, your buddy Biden,
I wouldn't say he was my buddy. I voted for him out of necessity.
then he's your buddy.
Stephanie thinks the Democrats have gone woke.
LBGs and HYZs came along, and
Andrew, who grew up gay in the South, worries the clock is turning back.
And I'm seeing those rights come under, what progress we were able to make come under attack again.
Can you foresee a future where the division is less? Where you're not holding up a 10 and you're not holding up a 0?
I would like that.
well, the 10 was for Trump.
Yeah.
So there'll never be a president like him again in this world.
She may be right. There has never been a politician quite like Donald Trump, which is why in Georgia and across the country, how people feel about one man will likely define the way in which both Republicans and Democrats perform in midterm elections. It was so interesting to hear how those voters saw so much through the lens of Donald Trump. Not one of them raised a positive message about the Democratic Party. Michael, who did 2 jobs and will vote against Donald Trump, said he wasn't happy with the Democrats either. The Public First host did hold up pictures of California Governor Gavin Newsom and of Kamala Harris. The response was muted. One Democrat did get a reaction in both directions, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on the left of the party, which speaks to the debate in the party right now after left-wingers won the New York primaries. But look, something else interesting happened. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, said something extraordinary last night. He said that if Watergate probably the biggest political scandal in US history happened tomorrow. It would be a 12-hour news story, and that it's crazy that it took down a presidency. He sounded like he thought his party was untouchable, but if it loses control of the Congress in November, then the scrutiny will increase and the tables could turn.